Hey buddy, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome to another WarCraft 3 audio commentary. This time around we shall be going over a game on Northern Isle,
Ready to work.
which is pretty new to me still. So this is going to be the third game between MrStormyZ or Krutonz spawning as the red human player on the top right. He is going against Fujino spawning as the blue night elf at the bottom left. Both of the earlier games were pretty good. This is of course the tiebreaker, and I would recommend you guys to go and check them out first if you already haven't, because they were great. They had their own moments, and this is of course from the Gym Newbie League, which is one of the hottest things going on in Warcraft 3 scene right now. We got the Nile player going for a Warden, reminiscent to the earlier game, and the human player this time around going for Archmage instead. It's going to be Archmage versus Warden on Northern Isle, and looking at this map, you got two expansions, one the natural, one the distant. You got some unusual creeps. You got some usual creeps, familiar ones, and you got some creeps along with them. It's some unusual creeps.
Forces are under attack.
Usual creeps along with some unusual ones. So you gotta take care of all of that. And we got the Nile player pulling in only one of the Tuska warriors, which is attacking pretty fast, by the way, with that bloodlust. Gotta be careful not to take out any of those units using the big tree. Human player pulling in those militiamen. Creeping has begun over here. The item that the Warden got. Wand of Mana Steel, alright. Pretty good item.
The player's forces are under
It's gonna be useful to snipe out mana from potential second hero Mountain King for human player. It's gonna be pretty useful. It's going to fill up the tank for the Warden, give it more Shadow Strikes and Fan of Knives. If the Warden goes for Fan of Knives at all, that is. Against a human player, I say I would definitely go for Fan of Knives. There's so much devastation you can do with that,
are under attack.
since human players have, you could say, weaker units. The units cost less and their HPs are pretty less as well as compared to other units. If you're comparing them to orcs have, like, I mean, their core thing is the brute strength, and their units have a lot of HP. Warden coming in, preparing itself for a Fan of Knives, if you ask me, but
Player's forces are
not
under attack.
using it yet. I guess it's waiting for an opportunity. I'm not exactly sure. Tier 2 almost 50% for the Night Elf, Tier 2 25% for the human. Vault and Blacksmith being dropped, and you gotta be careful. You don't want to drop. You don't want to trap your second hero anywhere here. Warden dealing some harassment. It can safely harass until the Mountain King is not out. If the human player goes for the Mountain King at all, that is. So yeah, the Warden can actually deal some harassment without having to worry about any Stormbolt stuns. But what surprises me is that I have not seen a single Fan of Knives yet. Naturally, the Warden would go in, blink in, Fan of Knives, Shadow Meld, second Fan of Knives, pick off the units which are weak, and blink out. This is just the usual thing, but he didn't do that, which is bothersome to me. Why didn't you do that? You had an open human base. You could have easily gone in. You could have easily killed at least 3 peasants and that would have set the human player back a bit. Hunter's Hall almost ready, while the Nidal player tends to clear out his expansion camp. Level 3 on the Warden, and I'm not sure what units they went for. I gotta use those stuff. I gotta use those things that the guys from Back to WarCraft and all that used. They have those little icons and stuff up here that tell you what spell the heroes went for, what items they have, and they're pretty useful, like super useful. I'm probably gonna try and set it up on a holiday or something. I got a job,
A player's forces
so
are under attack.
yeah, you know, busy and stuff. Second hero? No. Well, the Nidal player this time getting himself a Shredder. And the Shredder kills will give experience from what I know. Yeah, they do definitely will give experience. I have not read or heard that mechanical unit kills don't give you experience. Tier 2 is ready, although I don't see any second hero coming in for the Nidal just yet. Although I do see an expansion. Human player spotted it. Nidal player was attempting to expand, but his tree of life is complete. Now he's being attacked, and oh no, that's a bad decision. You should have kept it planted. Now it's gonna die. You wanted to move it away, but that was a bad decision. And all of that gold, like around 300 gold down the drain.
A player's forces
Fan of Knives, finally. I believe that's the first Fan of Knives that the Nidal player used. Detonate, detonate, and detonate. But the detonate also took out your own mana. So at what cost? You gotta be careful in such scenarios. One more Fan of Knives. Level 4 on the Warden. Footmen falling weak, but they're still pretty strong against those archers, with defend especially. The Shredder is nearby. You may want to use it to pick off the units. It's pretty fast in attacking, but you want to get the you want to get the wood, I guess. Here comes the Bolter. Mountain King is on the field. Stormbolt killed the first archer. One more archer being picked off. Fan of Knives, and all of the footmen go down. But the human player will maintain pressure, it appears. Detonate. Human player still has Brilliance Aura, and that gives him an edge in this fight. Uh-oh, not looking good for the Archmage. Forced to retreat back to base with the TP. And I'm not exactly sure how did the Archmage fall this low this quickly. A moment ago he was just dandy, but just in a moment he went from, well, at least more than half of his HP to like nothing, and had to use the TP. I guess that's what you call a squishy hero, but Nidal definitely didn't have enough of the stuff to
A player's forces are under
deal
attack.
that much. I'm not exactly sure how he did that. Gotta look it up. If somebody saw that, well, you can feel free to point it out in the comments or live chat. And human player now creeping this camp out. May want to pull out the Archmage, unless until you do want to level it to level 4 and get the level 2 Brilliance Aura, which is of course also very useful.
A
Can
player's
give you an
forces are under
unlimited
attack.
mana tank. Nidal player creeping out the identical camp on his... oh, wait a second, that's not an identical camp. He's going after the Goblin Merchant. Alright, so this is the difference in this map. You got a Goblin Merchant against a Goblin Marketplace. So you only have one merchant on this map. That's something I did not know, since I'm terrible.
A player's forces are under attack.
So Nidal player tried to set up his expansion again, but the human player was there on time. And now he's lurking around. Probably wants to creep a bit, but he runs into the Nidal player. Going to take out that archer. Level 4 on the Archmage. Stormbolt on the Demon Hunter. Here comes the Fan of Knives. Want to be careful going to the item shop. Potion of invulnerability, that's what you need. Using it. Now going after them priests. One more fan of knives. This is not looking good for the Nidal player. Going after the Archmage. Archmage does not have any saving grace. Here comes the Warden. Fan of knives kills the Archmage. But is it worth it? It's daytime and the Warden was stunned momentarily. Was being focused down, but stun wore off and it used the TP to get back to the base safely. Human player still has an army. Nidal player basically does not. He only has both of his heroes. Training some dryads and probably will be training some bears real soon. And that Ancient of War goes down. Don't know what it was doing over there. Probably scouting or something. Human player actually got himself a workshop this time. Should be able to get his Mountain King to level 3. While the Nidal player attempts to get his second hero to level 3. You want to pull back the Warden now, baby. You want to pull back the Warden now because it's already level 5 and you're just wasting some crucial EXP points over there. You don't want to do that, baby. You want to pull it back, give all the experience to the Demon Hunter since the Warden isn't actually going to be getting any experience either ways, even if it is in the fight. Both of the players are going for the same camp. This will not end well for the Nidal player. The human player has a lot of units over there. Get the Archmage in and he's got army ready and the Demon Hunter goes down. As I said, this will not end well for the Night Elf. Mountain King almost has enough mana to once again cast a Stormbolt. Circlet of Nobility instantly giving him extra mana. Now he does have enough mana. And is the Mountain King gonna go level 4? He is! That's gonna be a beefy Mountain King. Human player has 50 supply. Nidal player has 37. Training more bears and stuff. You want a lot more bears if you want to face a human player with riflemen. One more team on the field. And the human player is still below 50, keeping his upkeep, keeping that oh so crucial gold supply. But to face this human army with bears, with the classic Night Elf army, I'm not sure if that's actually gonna work out. You probably want to push beyond 50, but there's a problem. You need that 4th Moonwell. You don't have the 4th Moonwell. You're gonna be supply stuck just in a bit. He's going for resistance skin and the mastery upgrade for bears at the same time. This leads me to think that he's going to go for one giant. Go for 2 as well, but that's gonna give wait a second, giants are 6 food now. 6 plus 6 is 12. Yeah, you still got 1 left. There we go, giant, 1 giant on the way. The Moonwell which I was talking about is ready. And he can actually make 1 more giant. Not sure if he lost a unit or detonated it. Creeping out this red camp here. So we have this new meta where human players only go for riflemen and priests, and Night Elf players go for KOTG first with the Alchemist, although that's not what we are seeing here. We're seeing more of a classic Night Elf, but this time with a agile hero combination, a more damage dealing hero combination with the Demon Hunter DPS and mana burning techniques, survivability of course with the evasion, and the Warden that has its infiltrative and destructive techniques such as Fan of Knives and Shadow Strike. Uh-oh, human player heading in to attack the Nidal player. Nidal player sees this as his Moonwell at the outer end of the base is being attacked. Coming back to the base, and Nidal player currently has 50 food army, alright. So yeah, what I wanted to point out was you have this scenario with the Nidal player where you have Dryads and Mountain Giants, but if you actually add upgraded bears to that mix, or just, you know, adapt training bears to the mix, they can actually use rejuvenation on the Mountain Giants. And the Mountain Giants, as bulky as they are, they're gonna be so hard to kill with rejuvenation. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. And that's exactly what we're gonna see in this fight here, with the double agile hero combination, along with the Dryad, the bears, and the Mountain Giants. And of course the bears can also roar. That's going to increase the damage of all the nearby units by a bit. I believe the human leader has broken upkeep. He's at 54. You already broken upkeep, you have an expansion, and you're not letting the Nidal player expand at all. So far, I would say the human player did a really good job of detecting and destroying his opponent's expansion, not letting him get that. He's over 50 food and he's going after, I'm not sure, the right targets. His units are clustered up. This is not good. They can die very easily to a Fan of Knives. Demon Hunter was being targeted. Oh my goodness, that devastation. The second Fan of Knives practically wiped out half of the Himalaya's army, but he's still in. He actually bought in. Oh, those are the peasants from the gold mine, of course. Managed to take out one bear, and he did manage to take out the Demon Hunter in that fight. Nidal player did not have a Staff of Preservation, which you want to have as a Nidal player. Alright, anti-magic potion, most useful, but your hero is level 6 and now you got the Avatar of Vengeance. Is this gonna be the deal breaker? Is this going to make sure of your victory? I would say yes, and especially after all those many units died. As I said earlier about human players, they have more number of units, but all of them have lower HP. So a lot of them died, and okay, there we go. GG. Fujino wins, and this series goes to Fujino, of course. Pretty awesome, pretty great. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. Z out for this video. Bye bye.